That's raising prices for everybody else who's trying to buy in the same market. But what are some of the deals that are changing the marketplace? Well, Micron Technology, which is a leading global manufacturer of RAM chips, has secured significant long-term supply agreements with large AI and cloud computing companies. And in other words, they're, selling, as much as 50% of the stock or the production runs to some of these larger companies over the next few years. And of course, that's going to create a shortage in terms of the ability to sell RAM to rank and file individuals, people who are just, building a PC, building a business, or, a smaller data center player, things like that. And they're having to pay the additional pricing because of the shortages around these large Uber deals that are occurring right now. Several leading technology giants such as Microsoft, Google, and Amazon Web Services have invested billions of dollars over multiple years in new data center construction and expansion to support AI development. So the data center construction basically is leading the demand for the servers. And so many of these larger organizations understand that they're going to have to procure what they need now because they view shortages into the future. And they're trying to be the first one that goes to a chip manufacturer to buy much of their production. And so that's raising prices for everybody else who's trying to buy in the same market. And finally, NVIDIA, a key driver for AI advancements, has entered a multi-year high-value agreement with memory manufacturers like SK Hynix and Samsung. And we're seeing many of these deals in the press right now. And in case they're not really doing anything as far as building and using the infrastructure, they're just securing components that they feel they're going to need before they need them. And so many of these organizations, these high-tech organizations, are flush with cash because their stock prices are flying high. And that's how they're cornering the market on these particular components.